Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Joanna and this is my creative corner. Today I'm coming to you with a comparison of Crayola wax crayons and Neocolor I crayons, the water resistant member of the Neocolor family. I use both brands throughout my adult coloring journey, and whenever I grab my Crayolas, the underdogs of wax crayon world, or Neocolor I crayons, the highly pigmented wax sticks, I instantly feel, almighty, fearless, and unstoppable. Totally like a 4-year-old behind the steering wheel. Most of the time, I use them separately, but occasionally I mix them up together on one page, like I did on the double spread from Dark Fairy Tales. Let me grab it. This spread, where I use both brands, Crayola and Neocolor I crayons, to create wax resist layer that went underneath a layer of Neocolor II crayons. And this is of course Dark Fairy Tales by Kirby Rosanes. I originally wanted to film this video earlier this week, but summer had other plans. Once afternoon arrives these days, I have to roll down the window blinds, and my problem is that once they are down and they are purple, my room is flooded with pink light, which is not exactly flattering on camera. Today, however, is the day, so I hope that you are all staying cool, and let's find out how these two waxy creative companions compare. So let's start with a little experiment I accidentally included in my Neocolor I versus Neocolor II comparison. I spontaneously swatched Crayolas between Neocolor I and II to show you the opacity of all three kinds of crayons, and it turned out that the light shades like white and yellow have almost no opacity, while Neocolor I and II, Neos 1 are on the left and 2 are on the right, covered the paper quite well. But then I thought adult coloring doesn't usually happen on black paper, so I decided to give Crayola another chance to show you how it can be used as a fully independent coloring medium. And I colored the same printable page from Agota Pop Illustrations underwater collection that I purchased her files on Etsy and printed 2 copies. I used exactly the same palette combination. Let me grab the palettes. I used Coral Curiosity and Shady Branch Break palette from my Perfect Summer Day collection. And I mapped the colors exactly the same way on the pages, and honestly, let me show you the result. That surprised me. This is Crayola and this is Neocolor I page. So yes, Crayola version and Crayola have some clear limitations when it comes to opacity and the amount of depth that you can build using crayons alone, but the finished pages don't actually look as different as I expected. To me, basically, both pages feel like they need quite a finishing touch with colored pencils yet, and I was really strongly resisting my urge to grab my colored pencils just to show you this phase of the page. There are tons of tiny details, like these flower stamens that are like asking for color, and you can actually fill them up with crayons because you can sharpen the crayons, but it doesn't really bring me much pleasure to keep sharpening crayons just to get the proper needle point. You can sharpen both crayons, of course, but Crayola tend to break more easily. I've mentioned this before. Crayola reminds me of birthday candles that you can stick into a cake. It's lighter, it is more brittle and breaks more easily. And Neocolor I feels denser, heavier and much more resistant to breaking, which makes it easier to sharpen into a fine point. But as I said, I don't really enjoy constantly sharpening crayons. I like to scribble, I like to relax. I don't want precision to become my main activity when coloring. Which brings me to my general recommendations on how to use crayons as a standalone coloring medium. It's not about the medium as much as the page you want to use it on. So pages where you don't have to constantly worry about staying inside tiny black outlines. For example, this page from Forgotten Tales by Anna Emilia that I colored entirely using Neocolor I crayons, and I absolutely loved the experience. You can actually see the process on my channel somewhere. I will also link, I will provide the link to the video in my description box below. There's also a page that I'm coloring at the moment, mainly with Crayola crayons. Let me show it. And this is this page. This is also from this underwater collection. Here I've added some tiny details with, colored pencils already, but other than that, it is, only about playing with Crayola wax crayons, and I'm really loving the process. And that brings me to my first conclusion, and it is my opinion, so don't take it for yourself if you do not feel it resonates with you fully. So I feel that with Neocolor I crayons I can happily finish an entire page using crayons alone, and with Crayola wax crayons I almost always feel like adding a final polishing layer with colored pencils. I usually reach for Faber-Castell Black Edition pencils. They are rather budget friendly and they are wax based, so they do the work quite well. If you have Prismacolor Premiere, and I have like a handful of Prismas, they really work fantastic on top of Crayola wax crayons. Now let's talk about colors. The largest Neocolor I set, which is this one, contains only 40 pieces, only 40 crayons, and that's it. Plus, you can get a separate set of metallic colors, which is, to be honest, quite limited. Let me show it. It is the set. Okay, but on the other hand, we have Crayola, and this is my 96 crayon set, which comes in this box that has a built-in sharpener. I also have another set, this one, of special effects crayons that consists of pastel, glitter, metallic, neon and bold and bright colors. And when it comes to this set, I'm only half impressed. Like, the pastel, neon and bold and bright crayons perform beautifully, but the glitter and metallic crayons, not so much. Whatever Crayola adds to create sparkle seems to interfere with the pigment distribution, so it's sometimes really irritating to apply any pigment at all from the crayon because it feels sort of stuck. So it is my recommendation that if you are looking for a shimmer that would go on top of a waxy layer of Crayola crayons, I highly recommend to consider having solar or lunar pastes from Render. They are translucent, so you can, apply even a very, very thin layer on wax crayons, and you can still see the color which is underneath, yet the shine and shimmer are simply stunning. You know what, I will do a swatch for you. Okay, so let me quickly draw a circle. Okay, fill it up with color from my waxy besties. Now let's move on out the swatch with white Crayola crayon. If you want to learn more about my discovery from the previous week, there is a video about it on my YouTube channel as well. And now that my swatch is ready, let's apply solar paste. I'll be using a golden hour shade. That's the color that I used most of the time. It's absolutely beautiful, warm, super shiny, and I just love it. Okay, let's swatch it. The paste is very soft, so you can apply it with a brush or a finger sponge, whatever you work with, so you can be as precise while applying the paste as you want. So as you can see, the paste is almost 100% translucent, but when you start playing with your piece of paper, you can see the shimmer, which is quite crazy. And yeah, this is what I would do for a metallic effect when working with Crayola crayons. And last but not least, there's quite significant difference in price. The exact difference depends on where you live, especially nowadays with tariffs becoming part of the equation, unfortunately. Neocolor I crayons are manufactured in Switzerland, while Crayola are from the United States. So you need to do your research. In my country, Poland, Neocolors are available also in open stock, and cost per crayon is around $2. I consider them worth the price though, especially that they are super efficient. So despite I've been using them a lot since the beginning of the year, just look how much crayons I have left. How much of the crayons, okay? And Crayolas, on the other hand, are much more affordable and in my opinion shouldn't be underestimated. Which brings me slowly to my conclusion, because I genuinely love both brands and I'll definitely keep using them both. I simply use them a little bit differently. Like, Crayolas are my go-to crayons when I want to build a wax layer and for my carefree experimenting. And Neocolor I brand is the brand that I reach for more often when I want wax crayons to be my standalone medium for a page. And Crayola remind me, of happy coloring moments from childhood. Neocolor feel a little more sophisticated, and I know they will deliver the extra level of satisfaction. And sometimes you feel like riding a bike, and sometimes you want to sit comfortably behind a steering wheel. So both choices are perfectly valid. It all depends on the situation. So there is no definite win in today's video. It all depends on your preferences for a specific page. And guys, before I melt with my crayons, I just wanted to answer a few questions that I receive quite often in regards to my palette. So basically, my printable palettes, like these collections, are different from the books that are available on Amazon. The printables are available on Etsy and Gumroad, and the files are identical on both platforms. However, Gumroad is where you'll also find my freebies and my master color palette library, which is my ever-growing online collection of printable palettes. The library currently offers around 50% savings compared to purchasing all collections individually, and every future revision, extension, and new collection is included like for free. And one more thing, if you own the library, you should receive email notification whenever I add something new. But if email happens to disappear into your spam folder or simply never arrives for whatsoever reason, you haven't missed anything. So just log into your Gumroad account and open your library. Everything is always there, waiting for your next creative adventure. I also announce every new edition here on YouTube and over on Instagram, so following me there and here on YouTube is another easy way to stay up to date with new palettes, freebies, and other colorful adventures. Finally, my palettes are not designed for any specific medium or brand. They are mood driven. So whatever you're using, colored pencils, wax crayons, alcohol markers, or paints, the goal is always the same: to help you recreate a particular atmosphere, whether it is cozy, dreamy, nostalgic, or simple scary. Okay, now I hope that you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, and if you did, please give it a like. It really helps my channel to grow. Feel free to leave a comment and share the video with other fellow crayon loving colorists. Stay cool, stay calm, keep coloring, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!